So, with my pilot's reassuring words, I was sent to the equipment room. This is the anti-G slips. So hopefully it will stop the blood rushing from my head. Then it was out to the hangar, where I was strapped into the back of a $25 million fighter jet.
I'm ready.
With the control tower's permission, we were up and away. Korean Aerospace Industries have developed these fighter jets with American defense contractor Lockheed Martin. While their key purpose is to protect South Korea's security, they're also being produced for export. The Indonesian Air Force has already purchased 16 jets.
It's good, very good, fantastic.
And other countries, including the United States, are interested in buying them.
We are currently flying at 13,000 feet, which puts us well above the clouds, but we are going...
Tensions between Sunnis and Shias in Iraq is on the rise once again. Since last week, bombs have exploded in 10 cities, killing 25 people, and this has raised fear for a full-blown sectarian violence in the country. CNN's Our Diamond has more.
In a nation where sectarian tensions were hardly resolved, the recent tit-for-tat attacks targeting both the Sunni and Shia population don't come as a surprise. Iraq has been through this before. In fact, it never really ended. Iraq's Sunni population, alienated by Baghdad and outraged over the treatment of Sunnis, has been demonstrating against the Shia-led government for months. Further incensed following a raid on Sunni protesters, which led to clashes in the northern town of Hawija last week, leaving more than 50 people dead. 2 Sunni ministers resigned. 5 Iraqi security forces were brutally executed in Al-Anbar province, Iraq's Sunni heartland. And violence across the country left innocent civilians once again the victims of brutal attacks as tensions escalated to their highest point in the last few years. Iraq's prime minister blamed the sectarian strife on another place in the region and warned of the country returning to yet another sectarian civil war. And while, yes, Syria most certainly does impact its volatile neighbor, what we're seeing in Iraq today is a direct product of the Iraqi government's own failings and the sectarian nature that continues to define it.
These protests in Iraq are organized and driven by specific Sunni organizations. They have specific grievances. They have specific agendas. Some have an agenda based on achieving political demands within the process. Others, from the very beginning, were simply trying to restart another civil war. So Syria has an impact, but it's not the fundamental driver.
Not a fundamental driver, perhaps, but it stokes an already raging fire. In a recent report, the International Crisis Group warned, the emergence of an arc of instability and conflict linking Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq, fueled by sectarianism and involving porous borders as well as cross-border alliances, represents a huge risk.
Well, time now to take another break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned in.
Discover the smiling coast of Africa.
Welcome back to the news. Time now to join Fatou Jasseh for a look at sports.
Thank you, Fat Kamara.
Skybank The Gambia Limited has struck a sponsorship deal with the organizers of the prestigious Super Navetan tournament. The bank agreed to part with a whopping $355,000 in return for a publicity provided by the 2013 edition of the championship. Our Momodo S. Jallo reports on the significance of the sponsorship deal.
Fulfill their social corporate responsibility. Skybank The Gambia, one of the main competitors in the banking sector, has entered into agreement with the country's main football governing body, the Gambia Football Association, to sponsor the next edition of the Super Navetan Football Tournament, also known among football fans as the Zonal Championship. The summer football fiesta, which brings together 11 recognized GFA Navetan centers, namely Banjul, Bakau, Brikama, Brufut, Bara, Esau and Mayamba combination, Sukuta, Gunjur, Manjai, and the Free Serekundas, that is East, West, and Central, plus Lamen, is by far the country's most exciting and popular domestic football tournament. The fanfare and the colorful atmosphere during Super Navetan matches is amazing and a joy to watch, whilst football is played at its highest quality. But above all, what makes this annual tournament the best is the community ownership and involvement. Well, the next edition of the Super Navetan, probably around October to December of this year, is set to be even bigger, more exciting and competitive. This after Skybank is ready to pump in over $355,000. The news of the sponsorship deal was revealed to journalists in a press briefing at the bank's head office along Kairaba Avenue.
I am pleased to announce this morning that Skybank Gambia Limited has taken over the sponsorship of the annual Super Navetan competition. The competition is going to attract 12 clubs. Over from various zones, who, of course, we are all used to the Super Navetan structure. And why we're doing this is that at the beginning of Skybank, we said that we are going to be a development partner. We looked at sports development. Sports is one of the greatest uniting instruments in humanity. Sports is when you see all of a country, the whole world united, watching the same event at the same time with the same level of emotion. I'm sure nothing in this world gets watched as much as the World Cup finals.
Sports, and football in particular, is the country's #1 sport, and having a global language that unites people of different backgrounds, cultures, and race, investing in the beautiful game has become one of the surest ways for financial institutions to try to market their services and products. The exact reason why Skybank is associating itself with Gambian football, not only fulfilling its social corporate responsibility, but to complement government's effort and help develop football, especially at the grassroots.
I thank the GFA Super Navetan Committee for choosing to work with us on this. The bank is very pleased, and we look forward to very many more years, endless years of the Super Navetan. We look forward to our young Lionel Messi's coming out of this competition. We look forward to our Ronaldos and our Drogba's coming out of this competition, because we know it is from these little talents, like they say, from little acorns grow mighty oaks. And we'll pray that the competition will continue to live up, will continue to meet its expectations as a development channel, as a youth engagement mechanism to ensure that we continue to develop sound minds and sound bodies with sound spirits in the country.
Having failed to secure a sponsor for the last championship in 2012, organizing the tournament proved costly and difficult, with the organizers depending only on the gate takings to run this expensive event. But thanks to Skybank, the nightmare of securing a sponsorship deal is now history, and the organizers can breathe a sigh of relief.
This partnership between the Skybank and the Super Navetan Committee will avail us the opportunity of overcoming some of the challenges that we have encountered last year. It will also be a mechanism that we can use to relieve some of the financial burdens encountered by the different Navetan centers, across the country. It is also going to be, in my opinion, a win-win situation.
The sponsorship deal will include jerseys for all the teams, prizes for the winner and runners-up, plus individual prizes. Brikama are the reigning Super Navetan champions after beating Bakau by 3 goals to 2 in last year's pulsating